I feel like social media, it's fake. The way I'm talking right now, you're not gonna see me talking like this on social media. You're gonna be like, "Hey man, what's up? Where the hoes at? Da da
Where are the hoes at?
da da." They on my Instagram.
Welcome to another episode of Wild Truth. I have a special guest. He's funny. He's badass. He's cool as hell.
He got nice skin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about his skin. I haven't touched his skin, but he claims nice skin. Welcome, King Bach.
Yeah! that was too loud. Yeah!
Buddy, I love this fucking energy on a Sunday afternoon.
Come on now.
All right, so a lot of people don't know. I love this guy, not only because he's so great with his social media skills and he blew up on, all the platforms, but he's also a hardworking stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. And you come to the club and you grind and you hit that stage, dude, and you're funny. And I don't know how the world really still knows so much about you as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Been doing stand-up since 2010. It was actually the first thing I started doing before the internet, before the movies, all of that. Because they say, like, back in the day, remember how the format was? It was like, you go, you do stand-up, you get discovered, then you get a sitcom, and then you do the movies, right? Like, that's how the format used to be. But then ever since the internet came out, that format, it changed. It completely changed. Now it's like, you have to make your own opportunities. That's the way you get discovered, by building a fan base. So
yeah. And you kind of figure that out before so many people, before so many comedians, stand-up comedians. You figured out, here's a platform. Because, a lot of stand-ups, including myself, we were too cool to do the sketches and then the raw, just phones or
Why do you think that was?
Because we thought that these kids are just, acting was so big. And you were an established comedian, you show up to an audition and you go out for a sitcom or something. At the time, we're talking about over 10 years ago, to do a sketch all choppy on your phone in front of your fans wasn't hip.
Right.
You guys made it hip. You being one of the main pioneers of this whole movement.
Yeah.
You guys made that shit cool.
Right.
You guys made everybody go, what? Why the fuck didn't we do this?
You know what's crazy? It's like there's little hints and whispers going around, right? There's always hints and whispers, whether it be a new app, whether it be a new TV show, a new movie, a new invention, whatever it is. We discovered water on Mars. There's little hints. We're like, all right, whatever. But in 100 years, 50 years, whatever, we may be living on Mars, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how I look at it. There's always little hints going about. And when I was in college, do you know Donald Glover?
Yep,
Childish Gambino?
Of course, yep.
So I was watching his YouTube channel. It wasn't a huge YouTube channel back then. And they were making these comedy sketches. And I was like, they'll get 100,000 views here. Maybe one would get 1 million views. And it wasn't a huge thing. But then I started watching his career path. So he went from doing the skits on YouTube, which was 2008. Crazy, right? 2008, 2009, doing those, to he moved to New York and he was writing on 30 Rock. So in my mind, I was like, oh, wow, he did these. And I'm in Florida, right? So there's no access to any Hollywood, anything. So I'm like, he did these skits and now he's writing on a big TV show called 30 Rock. And then after 30 Rock, then he's on the show Community and he's starring. He's acting in the show Community. I was like, yo, so this guy went from YouTube to writing on 30 Rock, used the leverage from writing on 30 Rock to then acting in his show Community, which was, they probably didn't even know he had his own YouTube channel. So he grinded, he did all of that just to get to Hollywood. So I was like, wow. So I saw that happen in 2008. So I started thinking, okay, this is what I need to do. But there was still that format of, you still need to do stand-up, right? So I started doing stand-up and I started in Miami. Then I moved out to LA and then, I tried to do the YouTube thing, but it was too expensive, making those YouTube videos.
I was just going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And now before we get into the stand-up stuff, but right here, even he used to do these polished sketches.
Yeah.
And the word polished, I think when you say, why comedians, it was an era where actors, comedians, thought or the understood scenario was you got to do something really high quality to put it out there. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a loser.
Mhm.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, really, you guys started just saying, "No, we're just gonna be funny, and no matter what it is, we'll chop it up, and we're gonna do whatever we think is funny."
Exactly.
And a lot of comics looked and they go, "Oh, these are overacting. This is not cool. I'm gonna look terrible. This is not acting." They started judging. I don't know if you remember.
But that's what it is. Like every platform has its own type of acting. You have to know. You have to know what each platform has. Like Vine acting, overacting, because you have 6 seconds to tell a message, to tell a story. You can't tell a story. Blah, blah, blah. You got to be over the top. You got to do it. Boom. Vine acting is different from YouTube acting. YouTube acting is different from sitcom acting with the 3 camera setup. Sitcom comedy is different from single cam comedy like The
Mhm,
Office and da
mhm,
da da. You see, it's
mhm,
more subtle, more
mhm.
grounded, which is different from comedy acting in movies.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
understand all those different acting styles are different on each platforms. And the
Yep.
people who don't see that or don't know how to adapt, those are the ones that fall out. And that's why a lot of social media actors couldn't translate because they didn't know how to take the social media acting and translate it to the traditional acting, you
Mhm.
know?
I mean, there was not such an understanding, and
Right.
even now you're putting it in that terms, it's like, "Oh, this is an acting for this platform."
Right.
And the same guy would act differently on another platform. We
Mhm.
put him on a single cam, he'll play it a lot more, real and authentic, etcetera. Now, what's crazy is the industry didn't know about this. Nobody knew about this.
Right.
That's what's the beauty, like, it took 20, 30, 40 million followers later for them to go, "Oh, shit, maybe they know something we don't know."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, I kinda look at it as because Vine, like, even some people still to this day, they don't know what the Vine app is. I kinda look at it as being an underground rapper, like a SoundCloud rapper, you know? Like, there's a whole bunch of underground rappers that have a huge following, huge fan base that we've never heard of.
Mm.
And, that's how I kind of looked at it. It's like, but if you take those people who have that huge fan base, the underground fan base, and you put them in the mainstream spotlight, all these random fans are gonna pop up, and then people are gonna be like, "Wait, who is this
Mm,
guy?" You
mm,
know?
mm.
And that's kinda what happened with my situation.
Do people know what a hard worker you are? Do they know how hard you work?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so
try not
either.
to show them. I try to make it be like, "Oh, this thing easy," when really it's not.
Yeah. No, I know you're a hardworking, disciplined, real deal professional.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know this. And I'm not saying this as a compliment. I'm being genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, 20 people look at it as 24/7, but in my mind, it's 25/8. Like, I don't take vacations. Like, I probably do 2 vacations a year. Christmas to see my family, and then New Year's to, like, go out and have fun, but other
Let
than
me
that.
just stop you there. I do zero vacations. I have not seen my family.
Really? You do 0
I don't
vacations?
do vacations. I
Wow.
really don't. I just do my business. I just do my touring, and when I go to DC, which is my hometown, my mom and my family
Oh,
lives there.
okay.
I do my show, I see my family, I'll come back.
My parents won't let me do that. They're like, "You
Yeah.
gotta come home for Christmas,
Oh,
no matter
yeah,
what."
yeah, 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 that's beautiful. I mean, if you like, the thing the point I'm trying to make is I
Yeah.
think a lot of people don't realize. They say, "Oh, I wanna be like Batch."
Mm.
But if you wanna be like Batch, you gotta live like
But
Batch.
I think it's in our DNA, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
I
That's
agree.
like, it's like you probably don't even want a vacation. Like, you're just
Oh,
so, like,
I
focused.
if you think of it that way, we're living the life. I mean, look, there are times that I'm like, what am I doing?
Right.
Time is going by and I'm just like, I'm working every day, 24/7. I work so hard. And I think to myself, but then there are times I can't deny the fact that this is, like you said, it's in my DNA.
Mhm.
This is all I know and I breathe and I want. I'm living, like when they say, what do you do for fun? Fuck,
Yeah.
this is it. Like, I love going to the club and doing my set, that's my fun.
Because it's to us, it's a puzzle. It's
Yeah.
still we're still piecing it together. It's still like it's a challenge, like starting over. Like you told me a great idea for a new show you're gonna do. Like that's a challenge. Like that's in your DNA to create, to keep elevating, to keep taking it to the next level. And it's like a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people say, "Oh wow, I want that life," but they're not willing to put in the work to have that life.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
and then I think we know that as well. We see that The harder we work, the more effort we put in, the better our craft becomes, the more we make people laugh, the happier they are, makes us happy. Like when you showing me your set that you did at the Laugh Factory yesterday, people were dying laughing. And that's what we do.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
our
yeah,
job. It's like it's a
yeah.
talent that God has given us, and it's our job to take it to the next level.
I
And I
agree.
think that's what you do.
Buddy, you talked about your family saying they demanded you to come home to visit,
Demanded.
right? I
Yeah.
love that. First of all, I don't know how much, you've talked about your family on podcasts before, but I love to, like, as a friend, because
Yeah.
you're such a likable guy. You're such a sweet guy. I mean, if people don't know you personally, they don't know how personable you are. Like I don't see you for 2 months. When I see you, I just want to hug you. Like, what up, Bash? You got this really, really positive, good energy about you.
Mm,
And I think that resonates a lot about your family. How you were raised, with how much love you were raised, what were
mhm.
your family values, all that stuff. And to dive into that a little bit, I wanna know who you got your funny bone from, mom or dad?
Ooh. Probably my mom. My dad was always funny.
Okay.
See, but when people try to be funny, you're like, relax. But my mom was just like naturally funny without even
Okay.
trying. You know what
So
I mean? You know
so
those
so your
people?
dad was trying to be funny and your mom
Yeah.
just rolling her eyes like, "This fool is trying again."
Yeah, yeah. And then that's like real funny. So my dad was he was a middle school teacher, high school teacher, one of those. Science. He did science. And then when
Okay.
you're a teacher, you gotta be cool, you gotta relate to the kids. So he's doing all these like dad jokes.
Okay,
So he's probably
okay.
telling jokes and the kids are probably like, what this man talking about? My mom, she was an accountant. I think I get a lot of my work ethic from her because she worked a 9 to 5, and while she was working the 9 to 5 at this accounting firm, she picked up different like skills and traits, and she started to run her own business out of our garage in our house. Um, and at first it was just a regular garage, right? Where the car we just take the car outside, open it up, and then she'd have meetings and da 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 da. Then as the years went on, she saved enough money from these clients and she put tile in the
Mm,
garage.
mm.
Then after that, she got enough money and she put like a wall up like this, right? Like a
L
cubicle.
shape. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Closed it off, put a door there. Now she had an office, right? So she had the waiting room. And it is all in the
Wow,
garage. This is all in the
wow.
garage. She had the waiting room there and she had her office there. And then
Oh,
I was working,
wow.
so I was like, she'll be with you in a minute. They would sit there. Literally, they would sit there, and then she would finish with this person, they would leave, and then boom. So it was an office in a garage, the couch. Then after that, we got AC put in there, and then it just started to get like this, and then, and I remember it's just like maybe like 5, 6, 7 years later, whatever it took, she was able to save up enough money to get her own, office, a real office in a real building. And then yeah. So
How
me
beautiful,
yeah, so me
dude.
watching that,
Mm,
growing up, I think
mm,
that's
mm,
where my work ethic comes because she literally came from nothing and I saw it like evolve, you know? So for me, like when I'm applying it to anything, it's like I want to build an empire, but my own empire. I don't want to do accounting, I want to do entertainment. So it's what I apply for the movies. You saw we
mhm,
do short
mhm,
films, we
mhm.
do feature films, we produce our own stuff
Great
because
quality stuff too, man. Yeah,
thank you.
really.
Because we wanna create this empire.
Yeah, dude. So mom was the, you got your work ethic, your entrepreneurial side from your mom, and you growing up, first of all, let me ask you this, when it comes to ethnic background, is your mom and dad first generation, second generation, are
Jamaican.
they Jamaican?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, did you feel culturally different than other kids growing up, specifically other black kids? Because then you're like, "My family's Jamaican," and
Yeah.
was there a different culture in the house?
Yeah, a little bit. It was more of like, cause they got the accent, the heavy accent, right?
Okay.
So it's like when I go to school, there's certain words to this day I still can't say. Like I have to slow myself down and think about it. Like hold on. Bear, right?
How
The
would you say it if you didn't slow yourself down?
beer.
So how do you
So
say beach, bitch? Beach, beach, bitch.
Yeah.
Look,
So
this
I
is
would.
the best part of the interview for me and my fans, the Persians relating to you. You
Oh
know what I mean?
yeah.
Because right now my Persian fans are going, what is the difference between the black guy and the black guy? What? This black guy cannot say beer, he says beer like us. Why? We have so much in common.
Yeah. Because like so I'd be like in school and I'd be like, oh, look out for that beer. And they were like, what are you talking about? So like anything with like here, like I
Hair.
said, you say here, you hear here, but I'm talking about hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro, you know how aggravating that
Max,
is?
you got to talk about this on your stand-up, dude.
Yeah. It's so frustrating. So I had to so that's where it was. It was like so and I think that's where a lot of foreign second generation kids, that's why you'll see them, they'll have such a normal accent and their parents' accent is so strong and it's
Yeah.
because they try to do the complete opposite
Yeah.
just to fit in.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
isn't that strange how you'll see someone with a heavy, like their parents heavy Asian accent, right? And then the kid is just like, "Yo, what's up, bro?"
Yeah.
Like, "What? Where's that difference?" That's where it
Totally.
comes from.
Totally. So do you ever talk about your parents on stage and do the Jamaican accent?
Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man. That's really because Jamaican accent is so funny. Of all accents, it's the funniest,
And it's the
dude.
most aggressive.
Yeah. That's and I guess we can say part of your work ethic and all that is because you are from an immigrant family. Immigrants live and work and hustle different. They're in a new country. So much pressure. Like the kids watch their parents deal with obstacles that the other kids really don't see.
You're right.
Like they don't know, they have the lack of information in every area possible and trying to like they're on overdrive trying to figure things out and survive for their kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's a gift that immigrant parents give their kids really just by default to see how hard they have to provide.
Yeah.
And then here comes, the second generation dude really like
What ab-
shows,
What about
true colors.
what about your like discipline?
Yeah, I think
No, I'm talking about like your parents. How did your parents discipline you?
Oh, man, old school, man. Old school, beating the shit
God,
out of
right?
us, man. Listen, my mom and my dad, they both beat the hell out of us. And my dad only, like, I can only count maybe 3 times. But when that shit happened, bro,
Mhm.
like I saw angels, I saw shit, I saw dead people. I saw, like my dad, like if he got angry to the point that he was gonna, like he beat us, like I said, 3 times I remember he beat me, and it was he would pull out a sword and shit. Like, I am coming for you, end of your life. You're like, fuck. You know why I hit you? I'm like, why? He goes, because I love you.
Like, what kind of love is this?
But my mom beat us every single day.
Oh
But
wow.
she didn't beat us hard.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
my mom, and I remember vividly, dude. I remember my mom beating me, and I would pretend like it hurt more just for it. I'm like, oh, like I would just
Yeah.
fucking pretend. But she
Yeah.
didn't beat us too bad.
Yeah.
They were good parents, man. They were good parents. They didn't know any better.
Right.
That generation, it was like parents would sit down and talk, and they would talk about who disciplined the kids better. One dad, you know what I mean? One dad would be like, I slap him when he talks back to me. The other father's like, I pull out my belt. And the third dad is like, I shot my kid. He's dead. He talked back to me. I killed him.
He's dead.
The other kids never talk back. You're like, fuck.
Funeral
I
next
sacrificed one kid for the rest to be human. It's like, it's the generation was, they
Yeah.
didn't know. They didn't know better.
They don't beat kids nowadays, do they? No, they don't do it.
No. Today, thank God. I mean,
They just
really,
take away they cell phone.
I would, I would never beat my kid.
Mhm.
You just kind of evolve as a society and you understand, and that's why all the white kids are ahead of life. They never got beaten. They had time out and their
Yeah.
feelings were hurt.
Yeah. And they took
we,
away the phone.
and we thought, everybody thought, our parents probably thought, look at these white people. They don't know how to discipline. That's why the kid sits with his legs open in front of his parents.
Yeah.
But they would say shit like that. Like, don't talk to us like you're white kid, okay? We are parents and you respect your family. You're like, yes, I respect yeah, you respect me? Then close your legs and sit up straight and say, yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir, But the thing is, the reality now, I learned that being like being friends, like being close is listening to one another.
Mhm.
And parents, old school, they were not used to sitting there and really connecting with the kid and trying to see why they feel a certain way
Yeah.
and why they want certain things, and that connection wasn't there. So
Yes.
kids who got that opportunity from their parents, they emotionally evolve faster.
Right. Yeah.
And people like us, I call ourselves lucky survivors.
Mhm.
We survived, dude.
Mhm.
We survived somehow in a healthy way. So that lifestyle that they brought their kids up, we didn't break. We didn't break out in the society by bullies and different elements. We didn't break at home, and then we were very lucky to follow our passion and learn who we are, and deal with traumas and overcome them in a healthy way and
Mhm.
become loving, good people to the society. That to me, that's lucky,
Right.
lucky survivor.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. But anyways, dude,
We
diving
talking
in.
we talking about the wild truth today.
Yeah, brother. Shit. Dude, I want to get into the stand-up stuff. So you're touring now, which is freaking amazing. And I remember we were at the Laugh Factory last year, and you said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna start doing all these cities, and crazy ass roster in front of you. Like I'm gonna hit all these." And this year you're touring. How is the life on road? And also, I guess let's start talking about how you got on the road by opening for Joe Coy and your relationship with him, playing these massive arenas, etc.
Yes, it was crazy. 2000, it was like 2014, 2015. I started opening for Joe Coy. Um, and that was really like it was eye-opening, right? Because before that, I was doing open mics. The most people I performed in front of was like
Mm.
15 people.
What's wrong? What? What? No, first of all, what's this music you playing? I need some gangster shit when I come out.
I wasn't able, I had no following, I had no really nothing, so I wasn't able to get into like the Laugh Factory. I'm talking about 2010,
Mhm,
2011 when I
mhm.
was doing stand up like heavy. Doing 6 mics a night. We would perform anywhere. We would perform at TGI Fridays, literally. We perform in these restaurants. We would perform at hotel lobbies. We would perform at bars, like anything, right? Just to like get our material off. We were grinding. Then come 2015. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing shows where people don't respect comedy. They're there having a meal and like, oh, someone's over there saying something cool. We'll listen every once in a while if it's something interesting, right? So that's what I was used to. And then so I did Wildin' Out, right? And Matt Rife was on Wildin' Out, and we got back to LA, and he's like, yo, come with me. I'm opening for Joe Coy. And I'm like, all right, cool. Where is it? It's like Irvine Improv. I'm like, damn, that shit's far, right? But anyways, I drive over there. Me and Matt. Matt introduces me to Joe. I think at this time, Matt's been opening for Joe for maybe like a couple months already, right?
Okay. And how old are you guys at this point?
Matt's 3 years old, and no, but Matt started when he was what, 14, 15, right?
I remember when I met him at the Laugh Factory, he was 19 years old.
Mm.
I remember that. That's why I'm
So it's
asking.
probably
Yeah.
around that. He was probably
Okay.
around that age.
Okay.
Um, so I meet Joe. Joe's like, "You want to go on stage?" And I'm like, "Bro, there's 550 people out there. I'm not going out there."
Yesterday, I did a set for 15 people.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. 50 people that weren't paying attention. You think I'm gonna go out there where people are actually looking at me? I'm like, "No, I'm good, my boy." Um, and so he's like, "Nah, you go, 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 go. Just have fun. Go, do it." So I go out there, I do 5 minutes, which is probably like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It goes good and not great. It goes good. I was nervous. Um, and then Joe's like, "Yo, man, you wanna come on the road?" And I was like, "Yo, what?"
okay, what year is this?
This is 2014.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2014, 2015.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, sure." I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, "What?" So then every weekend from there for like 5 years, I was opening for Joe Coy.
Wow.
Um, so, so I think I took 1 year off to do my own tour. I think it was like 2018. So I did, maybe, 3 years, did mine, then went back, and I still like 2 weeks ago, I still opened for him. I opened for him in Alaska, we did an arena there.
Okay, just give us, the top thing that comes to your mind that you learned from Joe Coy.
I learned that it's a work ethic. It's a work ethic because I saw him go from same thing like my mom. I saw him go from the clubs to the theaters to arenas. Like he's
Mhm.
doing arenas. You know what I mean? And not just like one arena here. He'll take us arena today, Friday, and he's gonna do the arena on Saturday. He's gonna do it back to back. You know what I mean?
Yep,
These are
yep,
18,000 people back to back. Like
yep,
who's doing this?
yep.
And yo, can I show you this video?
Hell yeah.
Bro. So we're on the road. Just watch this. This is like, look at the progress. Like imagine someone has a video of you doing a club.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You see this?
Yep.
So when you see something like that, you're like we don't have memories of us not made it yet. You know what I
I
mean?
thought you were gonna show me a video of him in his boxers in the green room doing something silly. You're like, oh, I got some dirt on Joe Coy.
No.
Let me tell you what I learned from Joe Coy. Wear pants.
No.
Backstage.
No, so what
No,
that
I'm kidding.
what
I
that
know what
is,
you're saying.
it's like so you see the response he gets when he walks out. It's like, oh, cool, Joe Coy, right? It's like, yo, dope, this guy's funny.
Yep.
When he goes out now, people are standing up. He gets a standing ovation right on the entrance. For me to see this video, I was scrolling through my phone the other day and I saw that video and I sent it to him and I was like, look how far you've come, bro.
God.
Like people would just, oh, cool, Joe Coy. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
like crazy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then that's what I learned. It's like you never know where you're gonna be. You never know where you're gonna be in 5 years. All that matters is that you put the work in now and you grind now.
Mhm,
And you have
mhm,
fun in the
mhm.
process. Because imagine if Joe saw himself, if he's like, man, I should be an arena act. What am I doing these clubs for? He wouldn't be backstage having fun. He would be like, man, I'm not happy where I'm at right now. It would be a different attitude. The future doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you're doing right now. And
Mhm,
in that
mhm.
video I showed you, and I'll text it to you so you can show. That's a guy who's happy in the moment, happy
Yeah.
with the process, and that's
Yeah.
what we got to do.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Now, I love the fact that you even did that for him because it's a reminder of like,
Mhm.
oh man, yeah. And it's at the end of the day, it's the journey.
Yeah.
It's what is the saying? It's not destination, it's the journey.
Hmm.
So but because you spent a lot of time with him, I want to see as far as like being close to somebody who went through such a big change,
Hmm.
right? He started, playing comedy clubs, 300 seater, 400 seater, all the way to theaters, couple thousand, 3,000, and then to arenas, 15,000, 20,000. Yep. I want to see like as far as watching him and his personality as a friend, as a colleague, as somebody that you look up to as far as a comedian who's doing the game at his best. How did you like observe him with his friends, with his family, with you guys as comedians, with his team, with his management, like anything that you were just like, man, just opening for Joe Coy for 5 years, this is what I took from that I think is treasure.
Yeah, family is everything for him. It's everything. His son is his world.
Mm.
His sister is on the tour too. Like his sister works with him. His sister is the right hand. You know what I mean? Um, uh, everything. He's still close with Lil Joe's mom. Like they have a house right next to each other. Like he takes care of everyone. He takes
Mm.
care of everyone.
Mm.
And he's just a generous guy, and he's someone that lives in the moment. Like even now, he doesn't know where he's gonna be in 5 years, but he's just happy where he's at, and he's just grinding and he's doing the work. So I think really it's that thing and as far as the stand up, it's like he loves stand up. It's in his DNA. Like before we went to Alaska and did a show out there, and then we went to Calgary. He was with me every night. We would go to Laugh Factory. We would go to Flappers. We would go Flappers and Laughter. I remember we were at Flappers doing a show, and it was about to be 9:15, right? And then the show at the Laugh Factory, it finishes around like 9:15, 9:30. So I call up Laugh Factory and is like, yo, can you just keep the show going? Me and Joe, we're on the way. And Joe's like, please tell them to keep it open. They're like, all right, we'll do it for you guys. They keep the show open. They have Alonzo Bowden, they have him just stay on. They're like, yo, just keep going, keep going. So he does like an extra 15 minutes. We get there, then we go on stage. Like, that's how much he loves stand-up. That's how much
Oh,
we
yeah.
love it. It's like it's in your DNA, just
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah, man, especially when you're working on a material that you know it's good,
Mhm.
but it could be better.
Right.
And you're like, man, I'm gonna run this till I hit it.
Right.
And you go club to club, you really just get out there and grind till you hit that joke, you
Mhm.
know, in the right way. Anyways, but look, this is so cool, man. So you've been on the road, you've played the arenas, now you're on tour playing your cities. And I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, 100% in your head, you see you playing arenas, in the near future.
Yeah, of course.
100%. You
Yeah.
you you even know how you're gonna walk on stage?
Yeah.
You even
You think I'm
know
gonna walk on stage?
Yeah.
Bro, if I'm doing an arena, I'm coming out the bottom. I'm coming out the bottom. Bing.
Every arena, you're gonna come
Everyone.
out the bottom?
Boom, boom. They're gonna be like, where he came from?
That writer is gonna be very specific.
Hey man, let's go. Remember, have you been on a Broadway show just watching Michael Jackson play to see his story?
I haven't seen the Michael Jackson play.
Same thing. Michael Jackson's like, I want to do this. This is like, hey man, if you do that, you're not gonna make no money for the show. He's like, it's all right, do it. That's what I want. But yeah, that's what, as an artist, that's all you care about. You just want the show to be great.
Yes, of course. Well, buddy, let's go into your whole social media world because you're King Bach and you're the king of social media. You made an empire up there. You're the guy everybody recognizes you. First of all, right before we dive in to do how and this whole world of it. One thing I want to ask, you're on the road now, you have fans. A lot of people recognize you on the streets, at the restaurant, at the airport. Now, just because you're this dude that does these silly sketches and you're like
Mhm.
fun and you're just like this big dude and you're doing all this stuff and every time anybody scrolls and sees King Bach sees, what's up? Like this, yeah? So now you're at the airport, you're stressed out, you're late, you're in a situation, a fan comes. Do you think like people treat you differently because they know you as this guy and they just come be like, what's that? Like something silly. And you're like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like they think in real life, this dude and this dude, is like they don't make the differentiations between, King Bach on Instagram playing a sketch and King Bach right here is standing in the ER,
Yeah.
waiting to see the doctor. Like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I gotta get my dick checked.
You know?
What you doing? No, yeah, that happens a lot. And over the years, you learn
Getting
how
your dick checked happens a lot, or
Oh yeah, you gotta
Okay.
gotta make sure it's clean, baby. Come on now. Gotta make sure it's
I don't know.
clean.
You go to ER to get it clean. That's a Jamaican thing. I don't know. I don't know what chicken soup he's dipping his dick in.
Vicks Vapor Rub. That's all it is. But yeah, so over the years you learn how to deal with that, right? Because they see you on the internet and they come at you, whoa, all this energy. So a lot of times I acknowledge it. I know where it's coming from, and I just accept it, right? So I'll just be, hey, how you doing? Nice. I'll give them a smile. What's your name? I'll kind of, and be like, and they'll see like, oh wow, let's come at him as a
let's
normal
simmer
human
down.
being. Yeah. So but at first it was kind of jarring. I was like, oh shit, what happened? What you doing right here?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. They want to be funny.
yeah.
They want to
Tell
refer
me a
to a
joke.
sketch or
Yeah.
something. Like if they know of a sketch of yours, to just throw that line in.
Mhm. But that backflip though,
Yeah.
what the dog doing? Only a spoonful.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is important. I think a lot of people, by the way, I say a lot of people they get it. They have the mannerism. They see an artist, whether the guy is a poet or a comedian or he's a painter, they'll come up and say, I enjoy your art. And they hopefully have a respectful, meet and greet. That's the proper thing to do. And I think a lot of people get it. But I will say this chat is for those people that really just do weird shit. Like it
Mhm.
happens to me all the time, dude. Like I'm running in the airport. Like I'm late, you know, and I'm stressed out. I got to get a flight. I'm going to another city, play a show, and then I'll see someone jogging next to me and just staring at me. I'm like, hey, man. He's like, hey, are you Max Amini? Oh my God, buddy, hi. And I'm like, hey, sorry, man, I'm late. I got to catch. Me too, I'm late too. Oh, and like, can I take a picture? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like your head explodes. Like, dude, what are you doing? But this happens quite often. And I know probably for you it's even more because you do all these sketches. I don't even do the sketches. You know what I mean? I roast them, you know, and yet they're running after me like thinking, you know. So I think part of this takes a special skill to be able to deal with it, to be able to still make them feel happy that they ran into this guy, not to hurt their feelings,
Right. But
yet to be like, bro, it's you're being obnoxious, out of line right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if you saw this video. Let me show you this video. Another video. This is me in
This is him when he goes to the ER with his dick. You did not get to see the game. You just stood there and took pictures of everybody.
Yeah.
And your fans are 12.
You see that, right?
You're going to have a long career, bro. Oh, my God. That's great, man. That's really great.
So it's like it's part of the game, you know, it's part of what you got to do now. So now I just know if I'm going out, I'm gonna have to take pictures. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So I try little things, like I'll try and put the hoodie up, I'll try and put sunglasses on, but they still recognize me. And what I realized, someone told me this, someone put me up on game. They gotta put you up on game. He put me up on game. He was like, when you put the hoodie and sunglasses on, they're like, that's a famous person. Only a famous person is gonna walk around the airport with the hoodie and sunglasses on because they don't want to be recognized. So then they're looking even harder
to see who that person is.
Yeah, to see who that person is.
True. Do you put the mask on?
During COVID, I did.
That does a good. Like if you put the mask on, put the glasses on and the baseball cap.
Yeah,
it's a done deal. It's a wrap.
So maybe I shouldn't do hoodie. Maybe I should just do baseball cap, sunglasses.
Yeah, and the mask.
And the mask.
I mean, listen, if you're going to get your dick checked, put the mask on. I'm just saying, you do not want to be in the ER and be like, "Hi, I'm here." All right, so buddy, let's talk about some deep shit. I want to know who inspires you, who gives you the life wisdom. Is it family? Is it an uncle? Is it a older best friend? Like, where do you get that life philosophy, that real deal wisdom when you need it? Well, you really need life advice. Who do you go to?
I kind of So I read this book, The Secret, right? I read it when I was like 13 years old. Have you read it?
Yeah.
So I imagine reading that when you were a kid.
Wow.
And believing that the same amount of energy you put into positive, some people put that into negative. And even when you put that energy into the negative, it'll affect you. So me going through life saying, I'm never going to speak anything negative, only going to speak positive. And I didn't know if it was real, but I was like, let me just try it and see. I didn't know if manifestation, if all that was real. I was like, let me just try it. What else am I going to do? So I just go about life speaking positive. I want to be an actor. You're not going to be an actor. You don't have the connections. All right, okay, cool. That's what you think. But I know I can see it in my head. And I'm not going to let their negative thing. And then all the things from like, don't share your visions and goals with the wrong person because they can even prey on your downfall. And their prayers for success, there's prayers for failure too. And there's prayers for failure. Failure will work too. So so I started being careful with who I share that I had my dreams with. And just applying that year after year since I was a teenager, I think that got me to where I am now,
So do you dream, speaking of, I know you're talking about life, like dreaming about life, but like at night times, do you dream and you remember your dreams?
Yeah.
Like
the bad ones.
You remember all the bad ones?
Yeah.
And do you ever like fucking wake up and you write that shit down and it
Yeah.
turns into a hilarious bit?
Yeah,
You've done that shit?
Yeah.
Oh man, in a lot of comics, it's never happened to me.
No?
No, I first of
So
all
when you
can't
sleep,
remember
it's
the
just
fucking
black?
dream. A lot of comics say this. They're like, "Oh man, I had this dream last night. I wrote this bit. It's killing." I'm like, "You fucking lucky asshole! You dream amazing comedy? You fuck! You don't do it. You just go to sleep and it just comes to you. You're like, oh, okay.
Wait, what's in your
And he
dreams?
writes it
Just
down.
darkness? It's just black?
I don't remember. I wake up, I don't remember. I don't remember what dreams.
You might have to go to the doctor and get your dick checked.
Is that where you dream from? Bro, I think that's Jamaican. I'm Persian. It's very different, man. We just rub ourselves on the Persian rug and then we go to bed. Maybe we'd have some good dreams. That's good, man. So you're the dude that really like when it comes to life vision, all that stuff. You kind of like do the self-help stuff.
Yeah.
You like to read books. You love to like. Okay, that's really awesome. And you don't really talk about any of this. On your social media, on your content, you keep it very, very specific.
Yeah.
Is there
Because
a reason?
Yeah, to me, I feel like social media, it's fake. That's not who we really are. Like the way I'm talking right now, you're not gonna see me talking like this on social media. You're gonna be like, "Hey man, what's up? Where the hoes at?" Da 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 da, like that, right? You're gonna get that persona because that's what the internet soaks up.
But the question is, where are the hoes at? Like that's what everybody
They on
comes to
my
King Bach
Instagram.
for. But dude, man, here's the thing. I know what you're saying.
Mhm.
It is the persona on social media could be very shallow, but at the same time, it could really affect people in so many good ways too. It could impact them in very positive ways.
But I think
right?
that's what this podcast is for.
Yeah,
It's to break
absolutely,
it up. Mhm.
absolutely. But would you go on a hunch and say, I want to show behind the scenes of like a little documentary, like for example, of like putting the footage together from the time you were in Miami with the family, working hard there, no followers, starting doing like early vines, and then like for people to be inspired because you have such an enormous amount of following that these people can be inspired by you and say, fuck, this is who Batch is, because I know who Batch is. Like you're right, people that do follow you on certain podcasts or certain, other places may be able to dive in deeper. But on your social media, you ever thinking about doing something like that?
I don't know,
Okay.
it's like I said, like we all have our goals and our visions, and to me that like what makes me happy is entertaining, is being different characters, is being a whole fake world, a whole fake situation, stand-up comedy. That's the only thing that I enjoy. I
Yeah,
don't
and it might mess up the whole thing. It might
distract from it.
Yeah, distract. It might just take away from that whole. It's like a TV show that you're watching, and it's funny. You don't want it to go dark, and then all of a sudden come back to comedy again.
Right,
Not
yeah.
dark necessarily, but in this case. But okay, I see what you're saying. It might take away from your whole,
Yeah,
sketch comedy vibe.
because I understand like our job is also to help people and educate, but that's what this is for. So I'll take moments
yeah.
out of my life to
Beautiful,
to do this, but
dude. Beautiful.
yeah, it's like that was another thing that I learned. It's like people are always going to tell you, "Oh, you're not going to be this, you're not going to be that," but it's your job to stay focused. And the only way you can stay focused is know what your goal is, know what your vision is, and don't let anything come in the way. And I would tell my mom that, my sister, like anybody that works for me, my agents, because they would be like, "Yo, we have X, Y, and Z trying to offer you X, Y, and Z amount of dollars," and I'll say no, and they're like, "Are you stupid?" I've turned down $1 million deals because I looked at it. To me, it was a distraction. Like that's not gonna help me be an actor. That's not gonna help me do comedy. That's just like collecting a check to do that. And
What
then
was the $1 million deal, bro?
I can't say because
Shit, man. Okay.
then I put the company.
Afterwards,
Yeah,
let me know.
yeah.
I want to quit comedy, and I'll take the deal.
Yeah.
Podcast is closed. We're retiring today. We're just gonna take side deals from Batch.
But yeah, I would turn it down and they would get like, why would you do this? Because in my mind, I read that book when I was 13 years old. I know there's gonna be things coming in and out, distractions. So I've always been the type to focus, and if it didn't make me happy, if it didn't drive towards where I wanted to be, I'm not doing it.
And look, it paid off, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
You're a man on a mission.
I'm broke, but
Yeah,
it paid
yeah,
off.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. Batch is broke. Shit. If Batch is broke, we all just got to go home and close the door. Buddy, I tell you, this is some good insights. Now, how do you feel about TikTok? How do you feel about, because I know you're active on all the platforms, and TikTok has been like the hot commodity of all the platforms right now. Like, what's your take on it?
Yeah, TikTok is great. You see what it did for Matt
Yep,
Rife, Nate
yep.
Jackson, a bunch of stand-ups. It's it's that whisper that I was talking about earlier. It's
Are you
like,
putting more stand up on TikTok?
yeah,
Okay.
I have been. I did because I did my tour 2018, so I was doing clips on there. Then those would go viral, and then I just started my tour again. So
So you're gonna be a lot more stand up on
yeah,
your
a lot
TikTok.
more stand up.
Yeah, TikTok tends to really favor stand-up clips,
Hmm.
and it seems like the TikTok fans, they will watch it and it'll go viral. On Instagram, it's harder to
Hmm.
make the stand-up clips go that viral in
Right.
comparison, right?
Yeah.
So you prefer pushing the stand-up more so on TikTok
Yeah.
and keeping the Instagram to the sketch comedy.
Yeah.
You're
But I'll
very
do both.
specific.
I'll do
Yeah,
both. But yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely like skits on Instagram.
yeah.
Are you on YouTube Reels?
I'm on MySpace.
Oh wow, we
Yeah.
have to do an update on your system. My computer doesn't even have MySpace.
Uh,
I type in MySpace, it explodes.
no, I mean, if I don't know if it exists anymore, but I'm on everything.
No, it
Obviously, I'm
does.
on. It still exists.
Yeah, they brought it
Oh
back.
shit! Oh, I was a G on MySpace. I tell you that,
Oh,
bro.
for real?
Ooh, I was good. I remember my motion, like the header. I had, emotion thing was happening. I
Oh,
would come on the
you had
screen,
the
and then
music.
yeah, and I had a hookah would come, and the smoke would come out.
Oh wow, doing
Dude.
drugs. Okay, gotta shut you down.
Yeah, yep. So, how big is your team? You're doing so much. You got your stand up, you got your sketches you're shooting and editing and this and that, and then
Production company.
yeah. So how big is your team?
Me, my sister. I got an editor. Got an assistant, and got my mom, and then my dad over there just telling jokes.
So Dad's writing the material.
Yeah, no, he's just telling dad jokes. I'm like, all right, yo, my dad be trying to write me some stuff. He like, yo, I got this joke for you. He sent it to me. I'm like, all right.
What does your mom do?
She like does it. She does financial stuff. So like,
Okay,
she'll make sure I
okay.
don't go to the strip club.
She's the one. Oh, okay. She does your book, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that's wonderful. Oh, wow. So you gotta have a hidden little card so mommy doesn't see some of the charges. When you go to ER to get the dick checked, it's like, honey, you're in the ER again?
Gotta get that dick checked.
All right. So what about your sister?
She manages me.
Okay.
Yeah, so she does the day to day. That when the acting gigs come in, she handles the negotiations. When the stand up gigs comes in, she does that. When everything, she
Okay.
just negotiates.
So
everything.
what was she doing before you get into this whole entertainment world?
She was working a 9 to 5.
Okay. What type of background?
Same as my mom. She did accounting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the family is sort of like entrepreneurial savvy, and they're like, all right,
Immigrants. They're like, we gotta.
yeah. Our brother is popping. He's doing so well. Let's support him. Let's keep it safe. Let's keep it in the family.
Mhm.
That's brilliant.
But it wasn't until I got popping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was that song? Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. That was my
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Because
That's
they
good, though.
immigrants.
Yeah,
Immigrants.
but they're good Jamaican family. You know what I mean?
That's what they do. It's like you
yeah.
gotta go to school like Filipinos. You gotta go to school. You gotta be that
Yeah,
nurse.
man. It's not like your family. Like, you're not coming from Britney Spears family. You
No,
understand?
yeah.
I mean, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different management.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're like, yo,
I mean, we
you
don't
gotta-
know, but I'm assuming from what I hear on the news, like,
Right.
there's some scary shit.
Yeah.
Scary shit.
Yeah. But it's like we had to go to school to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like financial advisor, whatever. That's what you gotta go to school. So when I told them I want to do entertainment, they were like, nah, it's not happening.
Yeah, I told my family the same thing. They're like, why not? I said, because now I can play a doctor, an engineer. I can play all of them.
Yeah.
Buddy, good shit, man. But let me just dive straight to this end line and say, all right, Batch has done all this incredible stuff. You had a great journey. Now you're in a great place. What do you see yourself retiring on? Like, how do you see the future? What do you look like as an old man?
That's the thing. This DNA. How do you stop when it's
Mhm.
in you? At some point, like even when you don't want to be on camera, we're gonna be behind camera.
Mhm.
Even when we're not gonna be
Mhm.
behind camera, we're gonna wanna, oh, look at that! Like this is a young Max. Like this kid, I see this kid in me.
Mhm.
Let me help him. You're gonna mentor somebody. I
Mhm.
don't think there's ever a world where I just stop. I think I just keep on going
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm with
till
you.
the
I
wheels
feel
fall
I
off.
feel the same. I feel the same. We're in it for a lifetime.
Because to
And
us, it's not work. Like we
yeah.
enjoy it.
I mean, for me personally, I'm a storyteller.
Mhm.
I tell a story on stage, I tell a story behind camera, I tell a story in front of the camera, and I tell a story my way. And as long as the way I tell the story is entertaining to the world, then we'll be working for them.
Mhm.
We'll be serving the world, giving in the most creative way we possibly can give. Buddy, um, is there anything you want your fans to know? Is there anything that you feel like, these are the opportunities to sit down with my friends, have a chat, things that, normally I don't get to talk about that I want them to hear from me?
Mhm.
Like I want to say, don't fucking harass me at the airport when I'm late. Don't come in the bathroom stall and be like, hello, hi, can I take picture? No, we're in the fucking toilet, you fucker. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but besides, jokes aside, like, are there anything you want to share?
Um, I want people to take their happiness and their mental health. I think they should prioritize that because we get trapped in this world where, of course, we have to pay bills, we have to
Mm.
eat, we have to survive. But we get trapped in this world where we're constantly thinking about the future. We don't know where we're going to be in the future. You just have to live in the moment. So no matter where you are at now, enjoy it. Of course, be smart. Think about like have an exit plan if you want to exit, but
Mm.
don't think about don't let the don't let your current situation affect your mood and how you operate in the world because don't let it affect your light. Um, so yeah, I think that would be my
Bro,
message.
that's pretty great coming from you, especially the word mental health.
Mhm.
Coming from a guy who made a career on Instagram, yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
on social media, right? And social media has a direct correlation with mental health,
Mhm.
right? So for you to say that, I think it's a really nice. It's coming from you is pretty fucking nice, and you're right. I mean, mental health today is probably it's so fragile. Like we've
Mhm.
never. I mean, this is because we're easily affected by so many different elements by seconds.
Mhm.
People can access us so much faster. And social media friendships, all of these, it's just the mental pressure is so much, and so I love what you're saying, and I guess I should ask you when you're down because we all have days we're down, months that we're down sometimes,
Mhm.
dealing with a lot of heavy stuff as that's what life is about. You have ups and you have downs, but at the down times, is there a tool or is there something that you use to literally pull yourself out of that darkness?
Yeah, when I'm ever like feeling down or out, I just do a line of cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. Bro, this the craziest thing
You were
is like
you couldn't wait.
I
You couldn't wait
couldn't
because
I
I go feel
couldn't
it.
wait, bro. When you were saying when
Yeah,
you're
the
down,
more
I was like, oh, I gotta pick me up. Come on, finish the
See,
question,
that's a sick comedian head right there. You understand? That's how comedians are. They have to break the tension.
bro. I couldn't even like not smile. Like I was trying to be like line of coke. I just couldn't wait.
We're
Uh,
gonna cut this clip and send it to his mom. And mom's gonna give him some Jamaican whoop ass.
no, I feel like I read a lot of books, I listened to a lot of audios, and they say you have to find your own thing, what's specific for you. So, for some people, it could be a walk, right? It could be a walk, a loud walk, it could be on a busy street. For another person, it could be a walk in like a forest, something quiet. For another person, it has to be a walk with like you put headphones on, you listen to a certain type of music. So it's your job. So for another person, it's like go to a spa, just
Mhm.
relax, go to a
Mhm.
library, go to a coffee shop, whatever it is. Working out. So everybody has their own thing, and it's our job to find out what that thing is for us. Mine is listening to it's like it's like a rave type of music. Um, it's like constant looping. It's like
That's exactly what cokeheads do.
yeah. Oh, while I'm snorting coke.
That's exactly the recipe right there.
So it's like a certain type of music. I can either listen to that or I listen to like spa music.
Mhm.
And it'll really like center me. I did meditation in film school. We learned how to meditate. So I'd often meditate if I'm ever feeling like that. But now I don't let things affect me. So I'm never really in a down state. My mindset is so it's so positive, and it's like even if something bad happens, I look at the good, and it's all that bullshit.
No, that's not that's real life.
Yeah.
And, for me, mental health is number one priority. Everybody should, prioritize how they're feeling and how they're functioning.
Mhm.
If you're not paying attention to that, then everything else is going to be off.
Right.
And when I'm down, when I'm dealing with like some really heavy stuff in life, I call Batch for some coke. And I should mention it here. So I don't like his music, but I put on the hard, heavy Persian, and then I do. Is that how you do it? I've never done drugs in my life, for the
I've never
record.
done coke.
Yeah.
I hate the way it smells. Anyways, I was kidding.
I think, and I want to share this because I want to get to something that you told me. Exercise.
Mhm.
Exercise is the number one immediate help to get out of a mood. You're in a down spiral, like you're feeling you're feeling heavy. Physical movement
Mhm.
is the easiest thing you can do in order to snap out of a situation. And I know you exercise
Mhm.
pretty often. You
Mhm.
keep on a good regimen. Your diet is, when we have these talks, and I told Batch, I said, "Yo, how the hell with all this madness, you're like in top notch, shape, six pack, fucking popping." And he
Mhm. Don't
goes,
forget my delts.
yeah, the delts. I
Mhm.
didn't mention them, but now that we're talking about it,
Mhm.
it's always been a point of view.
Mhm.
But he goes, "Hey, man, I do 400 push-ups a day." I go, "What? What else?" He goes, "I do 400 push-ups a day." And I go, "Really?" And you shared with me that how you and Joe Coy had this, motivation thing going back and forth, and you guys would push each other to do, several hundred push-ups a day. And I was like, "Wow, this is
Mhm.
incredible."
Yeah.
You still do it?
No, I hurt my wrist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How? Doing coke or doing push-ups?
It was at the ER
Oh, at the ER.
getting my dick
Ooh,
checked.
now we know what you're doing with your dick, with your wrist. Oh, sorry, man. This show is getting dirty way too fast.
No, I was playing soccer with some friends, and I fell on it, and it just like
Mm,
so I've been
mm.
out for like maybe 3 months. But I've been doing pool workouts now.
In the pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else would I do them?
Oh, pool workouts. I was just like,
I do
so
pool workouts
what
on
do
the
you do in
street.
the pool?
I tread water for 30 minutes.
You do what?
I tread water for 30 minutes.
Tread water?
Mhm.
What, like, what?
It's like you know what they did at the Titanic, but they didn't do too well?
Uh-uh. Titanic, it was just fucking hanging.
Yeah, but some people didn't have nothing to hang on,
Oh,
so they was
okay.
treading water.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was treading water and 30 minutes. It burns a lot of calories.
Wow.
Depending on your weight size, it can burn up to 400 to 600 calories.
Okay. So exercise, I think that's one thing that I think,
Mhm.
and then you said meditation, and meditation is such a vague word, but
Mhm.
once you got the physical moving, then you
Mhm.
got to get the mental and the spirits,
My
sort
friend
of in a
Natasha,
good place.
she gave me this meditation thing. Here, listen.
Oh,
Welcome, Batch, to your guided meditation. Today, we will go on a journey to meet your twin self,
oh, damn, that
a
sounds
journey to connect.
sexy.
Yeah,
That
well,
makes you horny, doesn't it? You're like, ooh, batch. I'm here taking you on a journey. Take your clothes off. Oh, you look sexy. How's the water workout going? Are you in the pool? Are you wet? I'm wet.
But yeah,
That's the kind of meditation you do.
yeah, that's what I do. No, but it's such a dope meditation. So, say what's like a goal of yours?
Oh, becoming the next biggest Persian Hugh Hefner.
Oh, okay. All right. So say you have a goal, right? To be the next Hugh Hefner. In your guided meditation, she will say, Max, do this to walk you through the close your eyes, the deep breaths, the tightening and the loosening of your body, all the basic stuff. And then she'll say, after all that's done, it goes into now you're approaching a door. At this door, there is a mat. Now, think of things that are painful to you. Think of things that are negative to you. Take all of those and put it into a color. So, what's a color? Pick a color.
Orange.
So take all those pain and misery and put it into the color orange and put the mat, an orange mat at this door. So then now she says, now that all this stuff is on that mat, walk over that mat into the door. So you walk through, meaning that you're leaving all your negative stuff behind and you're going into this door. You go into this door and then you see Max. You see future Max, who is, you have you see future Max, and I want you to see how future Max is behaving at this function, how he's interacting with people, how he's standing, how he's holding his chest, how he's when people are coming up to how they wave at him because they admire him. She's saying visualize that, see all of that, take that in. Now I want you to go up to Max and step inside of Max. Now you are that Max. Now you've become that Max. Now how do you go around this party? You know what I mean? And what that does visually is it just puts you into who this future person is. And now you can walk today as you would 5 years from now. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And you're listening to this and jerking off the whole time?
The whole time doing coke. You couldn't wait.
I
You couldn't wait.
Oh, shit.
I'm over here spilling my heart. I'm spilling my heart. He's like, come on, I got this punchline, motherfucker. I got this punchline.
Oh, dude, are you a player?
Am I a player?
Are you a player?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. What day? How long ago?
Probably like 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago.
Now you're just like, I'm done playing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why, you want kids?
Yeah, I want a couple by accident.
By accident? Because you're afraid of literally trying?
Yeah, no, I want a couple. You?
I want kids.
How many?
Kids, 4.
4.
Yeah, I feel like I'm one of those, like, when you get a tattoo, then you want another tattoo, and then you want to get
4.
another tattoo. Yeah.
I've never heard someone say 4. I've heard 3 max.
No, I like to have 4 kids.
Why 4?
Because I feel like even numbers, it's better for Thanksgiving. 2 on this side, 2 on this side, me and mama.
More money, though.
More money? Yeah, it's fine. Money is never a problem. Let me tell you why. I mean that in a spiritual way. I mean that in a spiritual way.
Max. Oh, Max.
Yeah, buddy. I mean that in a spiritual way. They say every baby that comes to this world comes with his or her own blessings. It brings his or her own, money blessings. So, they say that in a lot of different, spiritual contexts. So, you kind of do what's right for your family. You do your best, but you believe that every family member will bring so much goodness to the whole family. So I figured, why not 4?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask your mom. She'll tell you in the business aspects of things.
Yeah.
4 is better.
4 is a better number.
Yeah. We just had a serious and a silly talk all at the same time.
Yeah. It was good.
Dude, such a great conversation. We talked about stand-up. We talked about content. We talked about you being an old man. We talked about how you meditate and jerk off at the same time. I didn't know your porn is meditation. That's very unique.
A lot of people don't know.
Not a lot of people
You left
even
out
know
the
do
coke,
that.
too.
Wow. And you were talking about a podcast that's inspirational. I mean, really, thanks for sharing that side of you. And thank you for not sharing it on your Instagram.
Right. Only here. Exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. Buddy, I can't wait to see you just shine. I can't wait to see you play your own arenas. And I sincerely can't tell you how much I love for the world to take more opportunity and get King Bach in their lives.
Mhm.
Really, really. Because doing this podcast gives me an opportunity to dive into certain things with my friends that we won't talk about this sitting in the green room of the Laugh Factory.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like just the stuff you shared about your family. And more than anything, what I got out of this podcast is your positivity, you know, like this weird shit that you're into, the secrets and all that stuff. That's helped you
Wait,
become the
you read
man
it
you are
too.
today.
You read it too.
Everybody did.
Why'd you call it
I mean, that
weird?
shit was the most popular thing ever.
Why'd you call it weird?
Not only I read the book, I
Nah,
watched it
I'm
on
out this podcast.
I watched it on Netflix.
Wait, it's on Netflix?
Yeah, you can watch the whole thing on
Yeah,
Netflix.
you don't want to watch it. That's like,
Oh, it's great.
now I get what people say when they're like, oh, you watch Harry Potter? I read the book. Now I get it. You one of them. You one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them. But I'm joking saying I think it's great.
Yeah.
Just the whole visualization, the whole just anything in life that gives you some sort of positive motivation is amazing. And it puts you on the right track. You said that helped you stay focused.
Yeah.
You said that helped you say no to $1 million, the biggest mistake you ever made in your life, but it kept you on the right track, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully you make that $1 million back soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we all know you made 10 times of that anyway.
I'm going to rob this place. How you think I'm going to make the money back?
Dude, I love you, man. Such a good fucking time with you.
Thanks.
Always. Pleasure having you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Batch, you had it. Listen to this. Catch him on MySpace anytime, any day. Peace.